Cosmic A kind of opened up your mind to a different structure. She thought Sharon Peach. Kind of cracked your cosmic egg as far as opened your mind to kind of see the world functions a little different and Dee-ni way up. So we're just looking at some simple stuff like and what I've been training you to understand about these symbols is that first, second singular, second person singular, and third person singular are talking about a verb paradigm in this case. A paradigm means a list of words. A paradigm is a list of ideas. Okay, so this is a verb paradigm beginning. And so what does the first person mean in English? An English example? I, and not do I, me, exactly, and it's only just one person, one verb, one human being. So second singular is you, yeah, and then singular for third singular is he, she, it. Okay, right. So you don't want to move off of the plurals yet. And just for the sake of further discussion, so there's one D, two D, one P, 2P, and 3P, and then the P. Okay. Now, by analogy, you should be able to tell me now, if we know first singular is I or me, right, then what is first plural then? We. Yeah, so this is where it goes off to we. It can go to us. Right. Okay. Correct. So second singular then, it means you. So what does second plural mean?
They.
Do they? Do they?
You guys?
You guys. You guys. Right.
You people.
You guys.
Y'all.
You
Y'all.
people.
Y'all. That's the y'all form of the verb. The y'all form. Okay. And then 3P, if the third singular means he, she, it, who's third plural then?
Those.
Them, they, right? So that's them, they, okay, and those. Okay, because we could have usins and those so forth, but we don't. Okay, let me see. I was going to have you look at what page is that? Put it on here. I'm going to put it on here. Page. Thought I made notes for myself on there, but maybe I didn't.
You have 108 for word order.
Okay, no, on page 112. Take a look at page 112.
First
He, she, or it.
Is it on here? What's
one.
that?
You right here, way down here. The pronouns first.
Oh, okay, this is, okay, so 112 and 117. Okay, so 112. Take a look at 112. John Tasinta? And Chele Tasinta.
Got another one on that side.
Okay, so if you look at that on that 112, you can see here is 1S, 2S, 3S, 1D, 2D, 3D in parentheses, okay, and then 1P, 2P, 3P, and P. Okay, so now, so this D represents the idea of dualism, two, okay? And if you'll notice, I didn't even think about putting 3D in here. It's so rare, is why. It's just so rare. Okay, so again, I, you, he, she, it, right? So first dual would be who then? The first dual. Just two beings. So first dual, that's I is this, and this is we, and who's first dual? Who would first dual be? Only two people. Let's. Okay, so let's start out with let's as the idea, okay? And we, okay? Because we in English can be either the two of us, or it can be the all of us, or it can be the three of us, right? I mean, okay. And so then this is I to us, let's, this could be us'ns. And then second dual, second singular then is going to be you, so what's second dual? It's two people, so what's that going to be? You two. Yeah, so it's you two. And then third dual would be who then? If this is he, she, or it, this is going to be those what? Two. Those two. Because the language shows you to or it has a way for pronouns. Now flip to page 117, and you'll see them isolated. They're very abstractly isolated. So on 117, you're going to see these pronouns available to you there. Okay? So if you look at the first column, it says present. Okay, so the symbol for or the sound segment for I is sh. Okay, sh. Comes from the word she, which means I. She. Okay, sh. Okay, and then you can see going down the chart that second finger is going to be, what is it? Or. Or the tilde, okay? And we went through some examples last week on how we arrive at those. And what does third singular pronoun look like? Do.
None.
Do, die. Okay, so it's null. Okay, now, going on down the chart, at first dual, that pronoun looks like what? Tell me read those to me in first dual. It's going to be, what is it? Eat, or it's going to be ite. Correct, eat or ite. So you can see then this means you and me, okay? And it can look like eat or ite, depending on the vowels and the verb. Second dual is, what is it? Read it to me. Ooh, not ooh. 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 Okay. Ooh. Very important. Not ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else available in that slot? Okay. All right. So now what's going to happen is maybe what you were thinking of when you said that. Okay. Probably what you were thinking of is now what you do to pluralize these to make them plural. So coming from you and me to we all. You're adding the sound the. See? So it goes from eat to eat. This means plural. See, it's making it more. Or it's going to be light, depending on the verb. It can be either one. Okay, the verb will tell you. It's not just a random thing. But again, this is like an abstract, pulling it out. And then the next one is, it's not on here, right here.
Because you can't have a vowel without
It's who. So look at what happened to who. See, oo turned to who. Okay, see it's gotten greater. See this GH sound or ha is a pluralizer. See, it's making it more. Okay, so eat, or ite, light. So oo, who. Okay. All right, and then the last one is complex, more complex, okay? And the reason is, and we talked about this last time, see it says he, hui, ya, and la. Okay, now, we were talking about basically the two major kinds of verbs, the types. Do you remember what they were at all? The two major types of verbs. Verbs can either be transitive, or they can be intransitive. If they're a transitive verb, what's there? How do we know they're? Huh?
They have an object.
They have to have an object to complete the thought. They require an object, right? And for example, like hit, kick, anything that requires an object, right? To complete the thought. Intransitive are verbs that we do on our own. So we sleep, we talk, we think. We could be thinking about, there's the thinking about form, but then I'm thinking, don't bother me. That's intransitive in Dee-ni. Okay, well, actually, okay, well anyway, so that's why you have two different pronouns. You have a he pronoun and you have a hui pronoun. So what this chart is telling us, so he means that it's transitive. So what you do to get to the 3P, so I'm going to erase this for now. Okay, so the 3P that's transitive, so if you have a transitive verb like yust to kick something, the man the ball is kicking, okay? So that's got a Y in it, so the verb looks like this, yust. Okay, should write clear since you guys see each other the first time. So yust. Say this with me, yes. That's somebody kicking something. Okay, that's a transitive verb. Now, what I've talked to you about up here in first and second, where do we inject the pronoun? So if we had, what did we do last time? What's some of the verbs we did last time, do you recall? Or what some of the ones we did?
To go, naga, or what are we doing? Does it matter?
It just doesn't matter, but we.
Oh, naga, dasta.
Okay, did we, okay, I'm trying to,
Shoot, what else do we do? Tishish, I think we changed that one. What else do we do?
what I was showing you is that you take, like, okay, let's take a new verb, he lost, which means to sleep.
We did buying, going.
Oh, okay, buy, okay, let's do that.
We
So,
bought apples.
you
Apples.
height, okay, you height, he or she is buying it, okay? And this one here is, height, and this one is bush height, I'm buying, okay? And there we recognize that inside of the verb is the S, inside of the verb is the M, and this one here is on the outside, there's the object, okay? All right, but the slot for pronouns is right here, okay? Now in the plurals, it changes a little bit. Okay, so we'll try to stick an XXE in here. So this, for a transitive verb, we're adding an X, I'll write down here so I can erase it. We're adding che, che. You don't try to go, okay? It goes on the outside and the front. Okay, so it goes right here. So when you pluralize that with a transitive verb, you're going to say che. So you take the third singular verb. Let me just put the same verb in there so we can see the consistency. Okay, so che yu height. They are buying it. Che yu height. They are buying it. See? Yu height, he or she's buying it, right? Che yu height, they are buying it. Okay, with the transitive verb, because it has a Y in it, that tells you it's transitive, that tells you that means an object, right? So the next one talks to us here, written here is hui, okay? So I'll write it down here for now, okay, hui. So now we need an intransitive verb. What was the name you had said last time, just now? You said an intransitive verb that we did last time.
Go.
Yeah.
I know, but this.
Sleep, cry, sit, stand, talk.
Okay, so let's just do cry.
Yeah, we had go.
Shra, shra, right? Shra, you are crying, and shra, I'm crying. Okay. So shra, shra. All right. These are intransitive because you really can't cry somebody. I'm crying him today. It doesn't even make sense, right? We're gonna cry you all today.
Give you a reason to cry.
Give you a reason to cry.
And somebody says, oh, you're making me mad, is that an intransitive or transitive? Because in counseling, they say, you can't make anybody mad.
Yeah.
That's a being, right?
Yeah, because being mad in Dee-ni is intransitive. Dai shesa, I am hot. I am so, I'm livid, right? Dai
So it's
shesa.
intransitive.
It's, so if you're, you know, what you're saying causes me to be angry, then you have to say it the same way in English. I mean, yeah. The way you're talking to me is why I'm getting mad. So yeah,
So it's intransitive.
it's intransitive. Yeah, yeah. So over here now, so we got shra, one person is crying. Now we need to pluralize it for the intransitive. Intrans. So hui shra. Okay. Hui shra. Hui shra. All are crying, see? The word hui by itself means all. Give me all of your money. Hui trete nanhi. Hui shagonchas. Give me all your money.
That's what my ex-husband said.
Huh?
That's what my ex-husband said.
That's right.
Ex-husband did.
Oh.